Today I'm introducing you to my new favorite piece of minimalist gear. Say hello to the one-piece mountain wallet. Before I get into it, yes, I did design and make this, and yes, you do get a free pattern. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how, or just skip to the end. But if you're going to do that, just make sure you come back. So what makes this particular wallet special? Well, to understand that, let's start by talking about design philosophy behind it. If you've been following the channel for a while, you'll know that I've done a number of iterations of minimalist wallets, particularly leather minimalist wallets. And whenever I come up with a new design, I try to build upon and improve upon those previous iterations. So when it comes to the basic specifications, those have remained unchanged. As far as I'm concerned, my mission is to create something that's as small as possible and as durable as possible. And what differs in this particular instance are three things. First of all, I wanted this wallet to be as quick and easy to manufacture as possible, which meant going back and revisiting my previous design where I needed to do some quite intricate stitching, which took a lot of time. Second of all, I wanted an additional compartment this time, something that even if it was just small, to be able to hold some folded up cash, whereas previous designs have only ever had that one single compartment. And thirdly, this time around, I wanted to focus more on the aesthetics of the wallet, come up with something that looks a little bit more interesting and a little bit more unique. So I had a bit of a challenge on my hands to create something that's not only better, but easier and faster to make. Now, quickly going over the features of this wallet, the first thing you'll probably notice is it's small. It's pretty much the same size as my previous designs. It doesn't really get much bigger, but there is actually additional functionality in here, which you'll see in a minute. And the second thing is, something I'm quite proud of actually, is the aesthetic choices of these rivets on the front here. It's not particularly common to see rivets on the outside of wallets, not as far as I'm concerned anyway. And that combined with the kind of shape of this wallet and also the patina on the leather, and something about it just looks pretty cool, I think, if I may say so myself. Opening up here, the main difference you'll see between this and previous wallets is, as I said, that extra compartment. Now, I've had people requesting before, adding in somewhere to store your coins, somewhere to store your cash. As far as I'm concerned, coins they have no place in a minimalist wallet. That's just my opinion. Don't get triggered, or if you do, just comment. I don't mind the extra comments. But I do think it's good to carry backup cash just in case there's some kind of emergency, just in case the card machine is down. Funnily enough, after I made my last video and said that I hadn't used cash for like a year, that week after I was getting my haircut and the card machine was down, and luckily I had $70 on me to be able to pay for the hairdresser. But if I wasn't carrying that, then I don't really know what happened. Hairdresser? Barber. Men go to barbers. So in the very front here, there's just that little spot, tiny spot, to just poke down some folded up cash. Doesn't look all that fancy when it's open, but it works, it's functional, it does the job for me. And then at the back you have your typical compartment. My wallets are known to have essentially one compartment. For me, it's a more convenient use of leather, a more efficient use of leather, I should say. And it's just more convenient for me to get stuff out, like I said before, Presto card at the back. Although actually, Toronto, this week, changed all the card readers in the TTC, and now they try and read bank cards as well. So that rant I went on in that last video about the wallet, how my wallet was so superior because I could scan my Presto card. Well, yeah, that doesn't work anymore. It's because it tries to charge every card that's in here. So, but yeah, everything else in there, it's just credit cards. I've talked about that before. Same old. So, pocket, cash pocket, and your folding little front there. And hopefully you'll see why I called it the mountain wallet. Not that original, I must admit. I might rename it, and I probably will, but I didn't have time to think of something in time for this video. So for now, it's called the mountain wallet. Let's talk about material quickly for a second. You could make this out of whatever leather you want, pretty much. But I actually, this time, you'll notice usually I use veg tan leather. It's, nicer, it's a bit more hard wearing, it's easier to bevel and to smooth the edges, and just nicer to work with. In this particular instance, actually, this is a chrome tan. It's a Crazy Horse chrome tan leather, and it's unusual for me to use that. It sort of happened by accident because I had some that I was using for bigger projects. I just used a scrap of it to make a prototype of this wallet because it's cheaper, and I sort of started carrying it, and I've been carrying this for 3 or 4 months now. and it just started to patina in a way that I've not really seen from leather before, and it looks f***ing good. And I haven't had any issues so far with the fact that this is a softer leather, and if anything, it's sort of just molded itself really beautifully to what's in the wallet, the cards that are in there, and it just creates this really smooth look with that dark, rich patina as well. I think probably helps that I put wax on it, because that really just starts to kind of polish itself over time, I think. Same leather I'm using in this video right now, it really does age that well, it really does darken that much, and it just looks so much better the older it gets. The only thing you may notice is that the copper does wear off the rivets on the front, but I didn't think I would appreciate that, but actually I kind of like how it looks, so I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. So that's pretty much all I feel the need to talk about with this wallet. I don't want to rant on. I appreciate your time, and you may notice that actually usually I would show a making of video and a tutorial of how to make these, and I was showing that kind of alongside talking, and that's because I just wanted to try a new format where it shows respect to your time, as well as enabling me to kind of have some thoughts on the wallet and the design process. So I'd love to hear what you thought of this new format, kind of the showing and talking side by side. I hope it wasn't too disjointed. Just let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. When it comes to making this wallet, I think it probably is the easiest I've ever made at this point, actually, even more so than the original Minimalist wallet that didn't have any rivets or anything. Just because it's all straight lines, so there's actually no like finicky kind of having to really get things too precise. You can just use a ruler and kind of cut everything angular, and that actually makes it really quick and really easy. And then the rivets themselves, it's like a couple of minutes. So this whole thing, if I'm not recording it, probably takes me like 20 minutes to 30 minutes, it's been super functional to this point. It's been definitely my favorite wallet I've used. And I always say that, but that's kind of the point of continuous improvement, isn't it? So if you want to make this wallet yourself, I am going to be putting the pattern on the website. If you haven't seen the website already, it's live now. It's kind of still a work in progress, but I'm starting to build it up. This is actually the first of what I call my premium collection. These are patterns which are a little bit more thought through, patterns that I've spent, months testing and trying out and sort of reiterating and improving, as opposed to the previous ones, which are a little bit more kind of off the cuff. Now I know what you're thinking. You hear premium and you think, God, how much is this going to cost me? Well, if you're lucky enough to be watching this video in the first 2 weeks of the release, basically if you're an early bird for the channel, if you're someone who's subscribed and if you hit the bell, then this pattern will be completely free for you if you go ahead and download it from the website now. After 2 weeks, that's when that early bird period will end, and then if you want to download the pattern, you'll have to pay just a little bit for it. It's not much, it's just enough that if I'm going to keep doing these patterns, if I'm going to keep making them, and doing these videos as well, then I kind of need to start turning this into somewhat of a usable business. I mean, I haven't really worked it out yet, but yeah, there will be premium patterns, but there will also continue to be free patterns as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for early access to all future videos, but also early access to those free premium patterns. Thanks so much. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.